ExxonMobil and ESRI have a long history of working together. Colleagues of mine all across our organization are using GIS to find new and innovative ways to solve the challenges we face today. Many of you listening to me speak right now are also working on some amazing projects as well. All that to say, I am humbled to have a chance to share with you today. At ExxonMobil, we are using data to drive real estate optimization on a global scale. I'll be highlighting how new big data tools are reshaping the way we acquire, divest, and use land we own to deliver value. I work in environmental and property solutions in ExxonMobil, and we are proud to support our various business lines with their real estate, facility, environmental stewardship needs. As you can see from the infographic on your screen, EMPS is involved in all aspects of the property lifecycle. We're involved in the planning and acquisition of land, are engaged in construction and facility operations, and even work once operations cease and it's time to ensure our properties are ready for their next beneficial use. This broad exposure to how our company uses its real estate gives us a unique perspective to ask big questions about how to find new ways to optimize our real estate as an asset. We get to ask questions like, what does our real estate footprint actually look like? Or how can we ensure every property, regardless of where it's located, is achieving its highest and best use? You see, ExxonMobil has a very diverse global real estate footprint acquired over 100 years of operation. We own and lease thousands of properties across 6 continents. All of this land equals to terabytes of data spread across hard drives and file boxes throughout our company. This data has been typed on computers, typewriters, handwritten, sometimes even in different languages. On this land, we operate petrochemical refineries, office buildings, state-of-the-art laboratories, oil and gas and water wells, pipelines, and various infrastructure to support our upstream, midstream, and downstream operations. These properties are incredibly diverse as well, and they include land in urban and rural settings, flat and mountainous terrain, forested and arid lands, just to name a few. All of this land, every single one of it, has a unique story and purpose behind how it came into our real estate portfolio. In short, ExxonMobil owns a lot of real estate. When EMPS looks at all of this land, we think to ourselves, wow, the possibilities of how we can use this are endless. Reality is, not everyone in our company shares the same excitement, and I'm glad for that, actually. You see, each of our teams have their own specific focus area, a business driver that supports their unique value proposition to ExxonMobil and the world. Their priority is to ensure that ExxonMobil is positioned correctly to drill, refine, and move product at the best possible time. The decision made around conference tables and virtual meetings are therefore focused on their respective priorities, and the value of the associated real estate many times is brought up at the end of those conversations, if at all. Over time, this means that our surface real estate portfolio has become harder and harder to locate. Like many of you in large multinational companies can probably relate to, it became very challenging to keep line of sight, not only on our real estate, but also the full potential value that it holds. So 2 years ago, a team inside EMPS set out to change this. We began by pulling together a list of all ExxonMobil owned surface parcels. This was a monumental effort, and we needed help. We turned to our friends in First American Data Tree, who provided parcel data and commercial attributes for millions of parcels in the US. We also turned to ESRI. Their ArcGIS maps, an entire suite of applications, were a perfect platform that we needed to visualize, analyze, and share our findings with others. I'll talk more about this in a minute. By analyzing some of the 155 million parcels across the US, including regional and local government records, internal ExxonMobil files, and various other sources of data, we were able to build a tool to answer our corporate real estate questions at incredible speed. With this list assembled, we focused to value propositions like monetizing unused and underutilized real estate and asked ourselves, if we're not using the land today and we don't have plans to use it in the future, why aren't we turning this land into cash? This simple question seemed like a pretty good idea for ExxonMobil in 2020. Through big data analytics and relational modeling, we also began working to realign our portfolio of real estate to maximize its value. We are now able to look across all business lines, teams, and silos to make real-time recommendations, like when someone needs land in one business line for, let's say, a laydown yard, and someone else in a different business line has land with extra space, we can bring the two together. Finally, we began to view our real estate at a global level. With this new perspective, we're now able to deliver detailed real estate portfolio reports and analysis to our environmental and sustainability experts to support our company's effort to meet our sustainability goals. This is something every EMPS and ExxonMobil employee can be very proud about. Now I'd like to dive a little deeper into how our new EMPS real estate optimization approach works and discuss two specific use cases tied to acquisitions and divestitures. At ExxonMobil, we love data, so it's a natural fit for our team to answer our questions with data-driven solutions. So for each phase of the process, we kept asking more and more questions and gathering more data. What began as a journey to identify all of ExxonMobil's surface real estate very quickly evolved into ourselves asking, how is this land used and how is it could be best used? This led to proprietary categorizations for each of the parcels that we owned. This also opened the door for several conversations where EMPS could proactively begin to optimize and realign the portfolio and make recommendations, all while gathering more information and feeding it back into the tools. Over time, this database and associated analytic capabilities will only get smarter and smarter. With this global scale and diverse real estate portfolio, this work essentially gets more and more interesting every single day. So let's review a couple of use cases now. In the past, when an EMPS was asked to assist with a business line in finding new land for an acquisition, let's say a new location for a refinery, we assembled a team of people to head out on the road and start looking. We would take the key needs expressed by the business line, such as access to rail lines, pipelines, deep waters, and we'd spread the word. For most of our business line uses, these property attribute requirements number in the hundreds. Using our new approach, we now have successfully piloted a nationwide querying application that, when fed data with the 155 million parcels and the key attributes that we are looking for, is able to identify potential site matches in seconds. We have been told that what makes this an industry-first application is that it combines both value and spatial attributes to return actionable lists of potential sites in record time. The time needed to identify, validate, and rank potential locations is now dramatically shortened. With our new data libraries and big data insights, due diligence and transaction times can also be reduced. And while we're far from the day when an acquisition can be carried out with just a few clicks of a button, the merging of technology, data, and our ability to communicate and take action at this new speed will only make this process faster. Divestment opportunities are also identified, ranked, and actioned upon much differently now than in times past. Having a centralized data repository for all of our surface real estate means that we can run commercial assessments and analytic models to filter our properties like never before. One of the key wins for this new way of engaging with our business lines is that we're able to make data-driven recommendations for potential surplus opportunities. By identifying, validating, and collaborating from a centralized platform like ArcGIS maps and dashboards, we can now approach our customers with actionable lists that they can review and make decisions on, sometimes that very same day. One of the key advantages to ArcGIS maps is also the ability to load the exact data our experts need to review straight into the map layers themselves. Well, it takes a lot of time and effort to locate and aggregate all this data. The ability to support our commercial, environmental, and legal experts in their need to look at key property data is fundamental to our process. So here's how ESRI's suite of tools complement our EMPS workflows. Data begins by being loaded into an ArcGIS map that is published using one of the many templates ESRI pre-built into the system. Once opportunities are identified, many times we begin building our story maps to conveniently share property data in an easy-to-present manner. We use business analysts to provide key ranking and demographic data so that our opportunity lists follow our business value metrics. We use site suitability and void analysis to quickly identify opportunities, not only for our business lines, but for the customers that our business lines serve. ArcGIS dashboards are built and synchronized to our ongoing customer engagements so that our real estate stakeholders not only can stay updated and find the answers that they are looking for, but many times they can do that without even giving us a call. Finally, we monitor properties from acquisitions all the way through dispositions and beyond to ensure that real estate data is accessible for the next time that it's needed. Before I finish my presentation today, I want to take this opportunity to talk about something that is an important topic for our GIS community. I would like to talk about the importance of people-focused design. While it may not seem to fit into a discussion regarding real estate optimization, I see this topic as being a critical responsibility of all of us attending this conference today. When I say that we need to design our tools to be people-focused, I'm speaking of both user-centered design and deploying tools that include rather than exclude people. On the user-centered design aspects, I will just say that at EMPS, 90% of our user base are not GIS professionals. I truly appreciate how ESRI has thoughtfully designed applications today that embrace a heuristic methodology that enable people with a desire to learn to build end-to-end solutions to address challenges we face in 2021. I also want to talk about the importance of intentionally building space inside our new processes that encourage those with expertise to collaborate and come to the table. With our EMPS real estate optimization tools, we do this by ensuring that our operational, commercial, environmental, and sustainability experts have opportunities to inform both our property rankings and also our validation processes. While we leverage the power of technology to grow, we must not forget that people, both in business and in our communities at large, deserve the opportunity to grow as well. In conclusion, EMPS is reimagining the way that we collaborate across silos, making big data analysis possible. This new market insight is enabling better and faster decisions supported by both the latest data and reports and the contributions of our ExxonMobil team's expertise. Thank you for the opportunity to share how ESRI and ExxonMobil EMPS are making real estate optimization possible at a global scale.